Hey everybody, One of Weezem here, 4:19 a.m. Sunday the 18th of January 2015. We actually just did the base upgrades. I did them with Legendary first so I could have them documented quicker. Then we came in and we recorded the base upgrade with Standard Jawbreaker. I wound up taking Standard Jawbreaker down his high voltage path. I just kind of thought aesthetically high voltage reminded me more of the gold color more than Out-RAGE-ous. I don't know why, and just did. And I honestly, I didn't have a path that really stood out to me or any better reason than that, in all honesty. That said, I did kind of think, going back to the old days, if defensive firmware, which is down Out-RAGE-ous, which we're going to take with Legendary, was like the traditional upgrade of, plus 40 armor, probably would have given it to Legendary. Here with most of the legendaries in Trap Team, I have vastly preferred the standard, aesthetics, if you will. Legendary Jawbreaker, it's honestly about a 50-50 in my opinion. So that said, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and again, he has all of his base upgrades. That's going to help make this quicker sometimes for the special characters, legendaries, darks, nitros, etc. I'll go ahead and stack them all in one video. I don't want to do that because this might be tough to document, and I just, we're going to do that. So, high voltage, if you want to take a look at that, be sure to take that link at the top of the video description box. oneofweezem.com or skylanderclub.com, both of them will take you to a post where you can see all three videos, and you will also have access to my attack damage spreadsheet. That said, Out-RAGE-ous, it improves our Robo Rage mode attacks. That's what we're going to give here for Legendary Jawbreaker, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, pointless cutscene, but makes the video complete in my opinion. I'll do my best to hit the Xbox A and not the Nintendo A, which is the Xbox B, which cancels everything. We're going to go ahead and get started. We've got Jolting Jab. Punching in Robo Rage mode creates static bursts, which damage other enemies. Cost is $12.58. Bear in mind I've got like a funky discount with 13 wing sapphires, so if you think, wait, how is that the price? That's how. So this should be interesting. We'll go ahead and take it and hope that we can figure it out. Where we left off, basically the base punch attack was upgraded with heavy hands. So 53 to 79 is basically where we're at. You can kind of get a feel for it there. And then when I'm in rage mode, though, we do 69 to 134 and sometimes a 104 to 209. Don't ask me where that second critical up set comes from, but it's there. That's all I can tell you. So as you can see, nothing's changed here. We've got the same standard numbers, and now the catch is, though, we've got to be in Robo Rage mode to get Jolting Jab to work, and so we're gonna first, before we try to solve anything else, we need to make sure we're still doing that 69 to 209 in this mode. So here we go into Robo Rage. Eventually you would see the 209. Anyway, I know it's there because we've seen the other numbers, but what it does, punching in Robo Rage mode creates static bursts, which damage other enemies. I don't know if we can showcase that. I also don't know what it looks like. Were we doing this ahead of time? I think, yeah, that is alternating current, so that was not just with high voltage. Let's see if maybe we're over here. I can kind of see like that big, like splash kind of going on maybe. Or does that just be standard? I guess that's standard. I don't know how to document this at all, which is great. I think we can actually buy all these before we venture off, which is what we will do. And I honestly, I just don't know how to document that. At least here, maybe it'll be obvious somewhere else. But defense firmware update is our secondary or second upgrade down this path. Bear with me, it's very late. Take less damage while in Robo Rage mode. This is cool. I've seen it happen. You'll see the armor shield pop up, way more often with, say, Legendary Jawbreaker now than with my standard Jawbreaker down high voltage. But for the love of all that is holy and right in the world, I don't understand why we can't have like our just plus X armor. SSA plus 40. Trap team, plus 12, 25, 40. It just makes more sense to me than this stuff. And I think pretty much all fans, casual, core, hardcore, appreciate just knowing that, okay, we're going to take Jawbreaker, whose armor was at 12, which is pretty pathetic, and we're going to tack it on, plus 40, make it 52, which is very good, or we're going to add 25 and be at 37, and that's why I'm going to take this path over high voltage, because, I'm going to get hit, and this will make me last longer. This right here, to me, it's like the critical hit stuff. It really means nothing to me. And I can't document it aside from what I told you. If I just went into, I don't know it all island, and we go straight to that first little Tussle Sprout battle, if I just sit there with Jawbreaker down high voltage, you won't see the armor shield pop up. Maybe, once or twice if we're lucky. And then this guy right here, and you do have to be in Robo Rage mode, but while in Robo Rage mode, you might see it, 4 or 5 times. And, that to me, give me the plus 40, or plus 12, or plus 2, anything other than just this. Not a fan of the way that's structured. I like it in concept, I just don't like the way it's structured here. I would much, much, much prefer how it was in the past, with a set gain, a definitive number, if you will. Alright, now we're going to come in here. There's no way I can showcase that here at the training grounds either. We've got Punch for Power. So stay in Robo Rage mode longer by landing punches. Price is $2,200. This is also probably going to be basically impossible for me to determine, at least within a reasonable amount of time. But right now, box stock, Robo Rage mode 5 seconds. Base upgrades, Rage and Robo Rage, basically doubles that, 9-10 seconds. Now this, let's go ahead. Holds true to what we had while I yawn. And however, let's just, pay attention to the orb on his back there. I also want to note you can terminate Robo Rage mode manually just by pressing the B button again. But pay attention to the size of the orb. That will be our only telltale sign. And yeah, that actually... This might be the best thing down this path, because everything you do down this path requires you to be in Robo Rage mode. And if I can kill this enemy and then frantically hurry over here and then extend Robo Rage mode and then use my speed to get over here and then still have my increased armor when we battle this guy and still have my speed and increased armor when we hit this dude, it's actually very practical. It's one of those things you're like, geez, that does nothing. Why is this even here? Couldn't I have had something cool happen, or like, a double spin move or something on, Spark Shock? These are the little things that are very much underappreciated. So, Punch for Power, land punches, extend Robo Rage time. I can document that, and like I said, that seems lame. It's like, geez, the damage numbers don't even go up, is what people say all the time. That to me is the standout down this path. Number one, you do the increased damage just from your base upgrades in Robo Rage mode, just from your box stock, attacks. And now we can come in here, instead of 9 seconds, if I've got just like a horde of enemies, maybe in Chaos's Doom Challenge, I can wipe these guys out, hurry over here, have my increased damage, have my increased armor, have my increased speed, and just go to town. Whereas if we had standard Jawbreaker, who didn't have these things, we'd basically go our 9 seconds and be done, and have to wait 2 seconds and reset. So pay attention to this though. I can go all the way from here, you'll see the orb get smaller and smaller, and then I land a punch, and the orb builds back up. So essentially, this could go on perpetually. It's not a deal, it's not limited, like you can extend it to 20 seconds or 30 seconds if you hit 3 punches or 5 punches. As long as you're landing punches, that will regenerate the time. So that is awesome. Let's go ahead and just play it safe here. Armor 30, no. Don't think that did anything. His hat's worth a little bit. The hat's really stupid. It's only +5. So you'd be at 30. I think that was standard for him, if I'm not mistaken. He did have a boost there over standard. So that said, let's head off to Chapter 2. And try to get a feel for jolting jab, really. And that's going to be a tough one. Punching in Robo Rage mode creates static bursts which damage other enemies. So, again, that's something else that's going to be extended, if you will. Like right now, I mean, I don't have anyone to punch, so we're going to hit our 9-second mark and just basically kill off. You know, go extremely slow there and then reset. However, when we come in here and I hit this, we can now, every time I punch, we're going to get it. Now, I'm trying to see, was that 39 possibly, the static? What would 30 and 79? I don't know how they're dividing this is the problem. So, we'll try it down here, I guess. Going into Robo Rage. Good lord, these numbers are stacking. Well, there's no other enemies now. So, what did I want to check? Take less damage. Okay, wait. We have to be in Robo Rage. So, let's look for the shield here. There's our Robo Rage. We could be extending this, but I mean, we'd wipe him out. I've not seen the shield anywhere. Which I kind of foreshadowed that one, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna have a very difficult time explaining the first upgrade. We'll try it with these trolls up here. So maybe get lucky. The good news is the soul gem is awesome, so we've got that going for us. I'll buy it back at the training grounds, but I'll try it with these trolls. We can go on to Buzzerbeak. If I can't document anything by that point in time, we're just gonna call that good, because that's just crazy. You know? The problem is, really and truly, it's alternating currents. The way that works, and it does the extra damage over time, it just makes it really hard to see things. So this might be one of those deals you need to like factor that in if you want to research it on your own. But we need to be in Robo Rage mode, and then static burst that damages other enemies. You tell me. 26? Maybe it's like a 26 to a 39? I don't know, man. I just don't know. Found out in the last upgrade session that tank will actually shoot way out into that blue there. Okay, so we're going into Robo Rage mode. No clue what happened there. I need multiple trolls down here. There's a Lobgoblin. Let me try to get them all congregated together. Again, my regular Jawbreaker would be killing these guys right now. So, okay, I'm going in. I can't tell. The numbers overlap too much. So we'll try it against, like I said, there's the pizza. We will try it against Buzzerbeak, but I don't know that we're gonna get anywhere, sadly. I cannot. I mean, there's so many damage numbers that he does anyway. We need to be here. Of course, each time if we'd ever land a punch, we could be extending it. 209. But we're doing the increased damage for the Trap Master area, so that's not cool. Well, I guess we're gonna get it. But I mean, it makes sense. I could picture it, but I honestly, I can't see it. That's the problem. Now we're out of enemies now. So. Take less damage on defensive firmware. Again, I hate that. That to me is a cop-out. You know, I want like a solid number, and I can't provide that to you. Sorry, I was in my spreadsheet here. So, less damage in Robo Rage mode, and then jolting jab, punching in Robo Mage creates static burst, which damage other enemies. Couldn't document. I'm just gonna have to put that. Again, I mean, I could make this like an hour long, and we might figure it out, but. That's not my goal. My goal, again, in doing the 3 videos, base, path 1, and path 2, is simply to have shorter videos that cover exactly, you know, the base, the path 1, or the path 2. So, you know, I don't want to do 1 hour-long video. I want to do like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, if at all possible. That's usually not possible because some of these characters are insanely difficult to upgrade. But or document, I should say. The good news is we can end on a happy note here because we have hypercharged Haymaker. Hold Y to charge up a powerful electromagnetic punch. Price $29.60 with our 13 wing sapphires. This is a really cool attack. I am a big fan of this thing, and it's kind of a nice compliment, I would say. The best thing about this, you don't have to be in Robo Rage mode. Again, my apologies, it's 4:37 a.m. Alright, so we're going to come in, and of course, this is our standard, you know, tertiary attack, Spark Shock, I believe. And now if 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, basically is all it takes to hold it down. You can't, you know, move forward and backward, but you've got full 360 degrees rotation. This thing has incredible range, but it's going to do 300 to 450, and then you get the residual shocking damage of 20s to 30s. So standing right here, I was able to connect not on that dummy, but on both of these dummies, which was pretty crazy. Let's see if we can do it again. Got one of them there. I know he was taking the shock damage, but I literally got the 300 on both. Did it right there. That is crazy. Very, very cool soul gem in my opinion. And very simple to execute. You kind of get that initial deal, you can shock some people, and then you just unload that on them. So I feel really bad that I can't document jolting jab, but it's just when I edit this video, I'll try to slow it down, you know, and like pause it and try to, you know, analyze the numbers a little bit, see if something's out of place. But the problem is, you know, when you're in rage mode and you're, you know, dishing out automatic damage, and then you've got the shocks, and then you've got the rogue sparks, it's a lot to take in, and I don't know exactly what it does. Defense firmware update, you take less damage. I never saw the shield. I would personally prefer like plus 12, 25, or 40 armor, something solid and concrete that we could all appreciate. The good news is punch for power, which again, most people will probably hate that one the most down this path. That is huge because as long as I'm able again to run around and land punches, we deal our extra damage, we maintain our speed, we maintain our armor boost. Just a very, very nice touch. You can see it regen there, almost out, back. I mean, it's a very practical thing. He has I don't think I'd ever really paid attention that his legs actually seem to go out and in. when he jumps. But that said, man, both paths are actually better than I thought they would be. Again, if you just come in and you play Jawbreaker, and I've said this for years, since SSA I've said it actually, but if you're one of those people and you're like, oh, he sucks, you need to upgrade the character. I mean, it's the same thing. People said the same stuff about Boomer and Voodoo back in the day and Ghost Roaster, and then they'd come in and they'd say it about, oh, I don't really like this person, yada yada, Boomjet's not good, Gusto's horrible. Upgrade them. If you upgrade a Skylander, chances are you will be surprised, and there will be at least one path you're like, huh, that's actually pretty good, or wow, that suits my playstyle. Or maybe those are some incredibly beastly numbers he cranks out now. So keep that in mind, because again, if you just grab Jawbreaker, at a friend's house and they haven't upgraded him or something, and you're sitting there and you're like, Robo Rage mode, or it does nothing. The primary attack is nice, but it does, minuscule damage. It's fast, but it doesn't impress me. There's really nothing cool to him. No machine guns, long range type stuff. And you're just like, I don't want him, get me gear shift or go buy me another Kaboom or whatever your logic is. That's part of the reason I make these videos, just so people can kind of see the full scope of the character. Because somebody that doesn't seem like much at the beginning can turn out to be quite promising. And then often times what happens is people totally wind up missing out on a great character that might, for all you know, wind up being one of your favorites. So, if I had to pick a path, which one would I recommend? I would recommend High Voltage. Why? It's a little bit more defensive-minded, even though it doesn't seem that way, and it just deals out a consistently better repertoire, if you will. I'm not a huge fan of things I can't document, which is jolting jab, and then in particularly defense firmware. That really bothers me. If that was a solid armor, I would say, that's pretty practical. Punch for power actually makes sense to me, even though it's something you can't document. But High Voltage, I just feel like that actually makes for a very cool character. And that, again, is my official recommendation for Jawbreaker, unless you just absolutely love, like, the Robo Rage mode. I don't. And so High Voltage comes in very handy for that. But anyway, the bottom line also is his Soul Gem is pretty daddy cool, so I think everyone should enjoy that. But that's it. This is Legendary Jawbreaker down the Out-RAGE-ous path. We've got Jawbreaker down the High Voltage path. If you take those links at the top of the video description box, you can see all three videos. You can have a look at my Attack Damage Spreadsheet, oneofwisdom.com and the SkylanderClub.com forum. Be sure to check out both. If you like what you see on the Skylander Club forum, sign up. We would absolutely love to have you join us on site. That said, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Most importantly, subscribe here. Gonna have a lot more upgrade path analysis, attack damage series, villainography, and of course live stream highlights as we do a blind playthrough of Trap Team. So stay tuned for all that. Got some character introductions coming up too. So that said, for myself and the Jawbreakers, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here as we take on our next Skylanders Trap Team upgrade session.